We're gonna react to the freak training of James Harrison, and we're gonna start right now. Now, James Harrison was a complete, total animal on the football field, right? This was a dude that many quarterbacks feared, many offensive linemen feared. Many guys would come to the line and just be totally worried about the wood that this dude was about to bring. And I think that when you look at his training, what we're gonna do is dive into all the crazy stuff that he would do, but we have to think about, what impact did that have on him and what was this training's purpose, right? And so earlier in his NFL career, he was sort of bounced around the league a couple times. He even played over in Europe a little bit, but he was active from 2002 all the way till 2017 when he had left the Steelers and signed a little bit with the Patriots in 2017. So he was active for 15 years. Now, out of those 15 years, he was a 2-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and I believe he might have even won like the Defensive Player of the Year because of his speed, his power, his football intelligence, what he could do off the edge, and even being an undersized individual. So that's another thing. At his position, he tended to be a little bit smaller of a guy. He wasn't overly tall, I think around 6 feet tall, but he walked around at like 240, 245 of just pure muscle. So we're going to dive into what he did to become so powerful, so strong, so fast, so athletic, and how that translated to his play out on the field. Okay, so here he is, Scottsdale, 2017. So this is like the last year of his career. 4:35 wake up. Okay, so we got to think about that. By this time, the dude's in the league for about 15 years, and he's waking up at 4:35. He's probably 36, 37 years old. 4:35 wake up time. That makes me feel so pathetic. I struggle to wake up at 5:30 sometimes. Just look at how thick he is, though. I remember this play. Just watching how fast he was, thinking how tired he had to be at the end of that 100 yards. There he is on Joe Thomas. There he is eating up Joe Thomas, one of the greatest left tackles ever. Mr. Jim. Okay, so that first thing I'm starting to see is not only is Harrison working on some major absolute strength. You can see here as he's pushing, the sled just filled with 45s, literally just filled with 45s. Some of the stuff you're seeing him do, he's doing a lot of rotational work. I really like the side lateral bounds with the medicine ball. So you can see that's dynamic trunk control training, right? That's a lot of trunk work from rotational aspects that's going to transfer really well to applying force rotationally while he might have some linear speed work. With him, he had to work on really heavy absolute strength, but also the speed component, the rotational component. Monday's legs, Tuesday's chest and back, and Tuesday you can see those weight releases, so a little slow eccentric. Wednesday he's focusing on some core work right there, good dynamic trunk control work, so he's quick off the edge. Thursday's legs, Friday's upper body again. Saturday's bis and tries. Pretty standard. So he does have a pretty good split. I like that split a lot. Legs, upper body, trunk work, legs, shoulders, and then some bis and tries on Saturday. And I think that's like a pretty standard, not super complicated. It's easy. Dude, that's the thing. We got to keep stuff easy. But you just got to lift big weights, be explosive, and work the right movements. And I think that's what was key here. You can see getting a little lazy in those positions on the cut. I don't like getting stuck with needles. So it looks like he's doing some dry needling. So this is, I think this video is great for high school football players, for collegiate football players. You can see not only the work that he's doing, but the recovery. And the thing is, like, not everybody's going to have a team like he was able to afford to have around him. Chiropractor, masseuse, dry needling, his own personal trainer, somebody who actually works his mobility as well. But we've got to take what you can from that and say, all right, if I'm at the high school level, I can do my own mobility, I can do my own yoga work, I can get like a roller or something else to help me with massage or along those lines. And I have to prioritize my recovery. I have to prioritize my nutrition. That's something that he's even stated is how much he would eat and focus on his eating, and then realize that you've got to push yourself. You've got to wake up early and get after it. That's crazy. So that's that attitude that he has is because he was cut so many times, he's literally just focusing on making the team every single year. He has to make the team. That's what's fueling him all the time. And I think that, you know, this is a guy who's a 5-time Pro Bowl or 2-time Super Bowl champ. You've got to have that attitude of, we don't have them, but a lot of people will sit there and think like, oh, they're God's gift to the world. Meanwhile, this dude's a 5-time Pro Bowler and he's still waking up at 4:30 in the morning. He's still doing crazy glute bridges here. Okay, so glute bridge work. And I remember this was like the video that really blew him up on Instagram because of how much, I think it was an 800-pound glute bridge along with the sled push. So just serious amounts of strength. Maintaining that strength with some good speed work, some good bodybuilding work. That's the core behind really good athletic-based training. You've got to be strong, you've got to be fast, you've got to be explosive, you've got to work all those things. And he's given us the split. He's given us the key to what we can do to get to that point. Some unilateral work there with the landmine. Great single leg squats. Everybody knows how much Garage Strength loves those single leg squats. This is my favorite movement, absolute favorite movement for, especially for a linebacker, somebody that needs speed. Now look at this dips. We got, what is that there? 180, 235, that's solid. That's good. Power cleans. That's what, 315? Yeah, power cleans at 315. Shit. For a triple. Damn. So power cleans at 315. Now he's got trap bar deadlifts. Now we're looking at 495. So guys, this is the example. This is where you can work towards. This is where you can become bench pressing 365 with chains. These are all numbers that they're achievable. This might not be achievable. Close grip, high incline with 315 for a couple reps. That's hard. But we saw the work he's doing now, bottom base kettlebell press. I like this stuff. This is great, and it's fun. It's like you've got that main explosive lift with the cleans, and then you do some big time strength work with the deads or with the back squats or single leg squats, and then you go off of that and you do all of your accessory work, your unilateral work, any of those positions that you need to hit to really try to improve. Now, one of those final things I want to get into, great ab work here. Man, love this. This dude's literally giving us direct peek into his full training. I know this video is from a while ago, but it's stuff that we gotta still use, and I'm gonna take some ideas right from this. So he does a lot of 1 1/4 reps as well, which makes me feel good about myself because we always do 1 1/4 reps. It's okay to do bicep curls. James Harrison does bicep curls. We can all do bicep curls. Okay, so we know he's an absolute animal. Think about like diving into just watching that sled push with 1,000 pounds on it. That's serious strength, unilateral strength, big power moving forward. If he's got an O lineman in front of him, someone like Joe Thomas, he is directly in front of him. He has to apply a ton of absolute strength to try and move it, but he also has to be really fast off the line. So he's got to do those power cleans. He's got to be really mobile in that unilateral position. So he's doing those single leg squats. So what we can do is sit there and pull from that and say, guys, 5-time Pro Bowler, he's waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go out to go training. He's approaching every single season as though, one, it might be his last, but two, he doesn't know if he's going to make that team. So he has no ego. He's just going out to work. He's doing big weights. Okay. He's doing explosive movements. He's doing a lot of dynamic trunk control movements. He's doing a lot of bodybuilding movements. He's prioritizing his recovery. He's making sure he's eating really well. He's making sure, he does have that team behind him, but we can still do things like that as high schoolers, as collegiate athletes. You can still push yourself with all these specific movements, setting up that standard routine, making sure that you follow that routine to a T. And that's how you go from getting cut 10 times in the NFL to being a 5-time Pro Bowler and a 2-time Super Bowl champ. So James Harrison, he's a complete absolute machine. If you want more content around football-based training, click right here. If you need help with football-based programming, click on the link down below. Head over to garagestrength.com and you can pick up our How to Get Faster training program, where we do a lot of big lifts, a lot of explosive movements, and work that dynamic trunk control to help your speed continuously improve. Until next time, guys, peace.